Hey everyone. In the last video, we've discussed about object-oriented programming theoretically. In this video, we're going to discuss object-oriented programming in practical. That is, we're going to do it on our Eclipse IDE. So let's get started. Before we start creating classes and objects, let's first think of ourselves like a creator or some sort of an inventor. So if you have to invent some car, or if you have to design some car, what is the first thing you do? You first create a blueprint of a car. How does a car look? What is the color the car has? Will it have 4 wheels, or is it gonna have 8 wheels, or whatever? You're gonna think of a design, and then you're gonna do that. And out of that, you're gonna create other models of cars. So right now, we will also be creating the design of a particular car. So in order to create that design, we are using something called as class. Class is nothing but the blueprint of an object. So since the object here is a car, so we are creating that blueprint. So let's create a class called car. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, I'm typing everything on IntelliJ IDE. Since I just felt Eclipse a bit boring, I've never tried this IDE before. Right now I'm trying this out, and actually the colors and everything, they just look very cool actually. Now I just feel like some sort of a hacker by using this IDE. Okay, coming back to the topic. Now we're gonna create 3 string variables, which are color, brand, and the model. And let's create 2 integer variables. Let's name them as horsepower, and let the other one be the top speed of the car. So basically, these are the things which define a car. These are the things which they're not everything in a car, but they tell us about a car. Like, these are the basic things of a car. And let's create some methods now. Methods, as we have discussed earlier, that methods are some sort of the functions of a car. Just consider them like that. Now, in order to create a method, public void. Regarding this public and void things, we will talk about them later. I think in the initial stages, I've discussed a bit about them. Let's talk about them later on. Public void, let's name this at start. So here we're not going to do sysout, here we're going to do sout. So this is how this is only there are only small changes in this Eclipse and IntelliJ, but everything else is the same. They're all the same. You can use anything you want. If you want me to create a separate video on how to install this IDE, then please do comment in the comment section below, or please do ping me on my Instagram handle. Then I would definitely create one video. So let's create a method called as start. Now let's print out, for example, if you are about to start your car, if you press that start button, this is what you wanted the car to display, like 3, 2, 1, go. So this is what you wanted to display. So we have created this method called as start. Now let's create another method. Let's say public void speed, or let's name it as top speed. Now, out of habit, I'm just going on clicking that sys out. It's actually sout here. Now, if someone asks you what is the top speed of this particular car, then we can use this method in order to get that top speed of the car. We'll see that in a bit. The top speed of a car is, and then the top speed variable. Now let's create another method called as about the car. If you want to get some information about any particular car, now we can use this particular method. So let's see how. So now let's say this is a plus brand plus model plus, see, like if you want to describe a car, this is a Ford Mustang. Now Ford is a brand and model is Mustang, and which is so and so color. Plus, now we're gonna describe the horsepower. It has a horsepower of so and so horsepower, and it has a top speed of, and let's include the top speed variable here. So this is like almost everything about a particular car. This is what is about. So we have created 3 methods here. Now what are we going to do is we will check out how to create an object. So let's create an object first. Car1 equals new car, and let's create 2 objects, car1 and car2. Here this is the class name. We've created a class called car here, so this is the class name and this is the name of the object. Car1 is the name of the object, and we're using new keyword so that we can create a separate memory space for this particular object. So we're using that. Now, now let's first create some sort of values for this particular car. Values in the sense, now let's name this car. So for example, let's consider this car as Mercedes. Since that's a very good car, I'm considering that car. Let's consider the model as Maybach. And car1 dot color equals let's say black, and car1 dot horsepower, it is automatically suggesting it. Horsepower equals, as far as I know, it is somewhat 621. Yes, I actually read about this on some car website. So car1 dot top speed equals 258. 58 is the top speed of that car. So this is all about this particular car. Oh, it is showing that. Since these are integer variables, we're not supposed to put. Yes, now it is perfect. So why did we create all this? Because there is some concept in coding called as dry, which means don't repeat yourself. So what we have done here is we have created some variable, we have created a class and we have stored some variables in these, and we have created some methods, and we are using them again and we are using these variables again and again without creating them again. So we're not copying and pasting something, or we are not doing anything of such sort. So that would be very much easy, and that is a very good approach when you're doing some sort of real-time projects or whatever. That is a very good approach, and that is very convenient approach, I should say. So now we have created the values of this car. I mean, we have stored all the, like, we have created all these values. Now let's access these values. For example, if I want to know something about this car, what would I do? Car1 dot about the car. I would go for this. Now if I run this code, let's see what happens. See, you could see here, this is a Mercedes Maybach, which is black in color. It has a horsepower of 621. It has a top speed of 258. Actually, there are no gaps here because we haven't mentioned any gaps yet. Okay, so now what happened here was we have stored some values for this particular car, for this particular object, I should say. For this object car1, there are some particular values. When I accessed this particular method over here, which is about the car, what it has done is it has went and searched for all these values. What is the brand, what is the model in this particular object? Since this particular car1, since this object is having a particular space in the memory, so it has gone there and it has accessed all the variables. What are the values of, what is the value of this particular brand, what is the value of this model, what is the value of color, horsepower, everything, and it printed out an output as this. The output you could see here. So this is what got printed out. Now, not only about the car, if I wanted to know, see, for example, if I wanted to print out the start message of this particular Maybach, whatever you can call. So if I say car1 dot start, now if we run this, see, it is showing 3, 2, 1, go. Now this is the value which we've stored here. So if I say car1 dot start, it is gonna go to this particular method and it's gonna check what is printed inside, what is inside this particular method, and then it is gonna print out, or it is gonna show us that output, whatever is inside that particular method. So this is how it works. I think this video might have given a clear idea of what classes and objects are, and we've seen that on our Eclipse IDE. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. We'll meet in the next.